Anybody hear me? We're getting ready to go Tech Talk Tuesday, 6 o'clock. I'm going live. Hey, John. How you doing today, David? See, you got a few friends on there. We're going to talk about some different stuff today. Can y'all hear me okay, Ken? Mike? Charlie? I don't know if everybody that watches my gig is into drag racing at all, or if you keep up with it. Charlie, Chris, how y'all? I was very fortunate to teach drag racing school with Frank Hawley for 23 years at his drag racing school. So I got a lot of good information over the years, and of course, I've been able to experience that personally. And I know some of you folks watch, but I know that you've seen some of our trophies and stuff. But along with being able to work with Frank at the drag racing school, created a learning and a teaching opportunity for me that's been really good over the years. So I got some stuff I want to share, and some of it might be a little bit controversial, but don't matter. It's going to be my opinion. And this is one of a long series of teaching here, because this is not easy enough of a subject to be just one time and done. But if you guys are into, I see, and I've got, we had 800 or 900 students go through the years that have come through the Frank Hawley Drag Racing School, and I was the instructor for that class and supplied the motorcycles and from Star Racing, and we learned a lot and taught a lot, and I probably signed 100 professional licenses for NHRA along the way. A lot of the people that have raced and won championships through the years have been to the school. Not everybody, but a lot of them have. And you only know what you know. That's right. So I see some cool friends on here, and it's a lot of neat opportunities. So I'm going to try and get my camera adjusted right. And I'm not going to spend I'm just going to give you a teaser. I just drew all this, and I want to talk about how this works a little bit, you guys. And like I said, if you haven't been into drag racing, the information about how this works, mentally, physically, physiologically, it's pretty cool. Let's see all right. I'm going to talk a minute about reaction time, because I think it's a misunderstood exercise. It's a misunderstood phenomenon. We have a couple things here. Like I said, I just got through drawing this. So let's move over here and I'll look at some notes and see if I can help you understand it. We have the visual event. Okay, the visual event is the amount of time it takes. The visual event is when you get a stimulus, which is the light over here. Okay, I didn't have yellow, so I did the best I could, but I put go on yellow. When the light comes on and your eye sees it, the visual event happens all at the same time for everybody. And what this is going to break down to is, why do some people have better reaction times than others? Okay, let me see here. All right, the visual event takes part of your brain called the primary visual cortex. It's your eyes seeing the light come on, the actual process of the brain becoming aware of the light flashing. So when the light comes on, the eyeball sees it, and then it makes a signal in your brain. That's called the visual event. All right, there have been lots of tests done over the years in universities and high quality medical and professional testing, where it's been proved that almost everyone has the same time of a visual event as everybody else. Slow people, fast people, it's pretty much the same. Then we got the motor event. Down here, can you all see the motor event? All right, the motor event. This is the process of the muscles moving to let go of the clutch. Drag race guys with the cars, you have a button on the steering wheel. You drop that, you go. let go of the button. Motorcycle guys, we see the light, we pop the clutch. Drag racers, hold the brake, you see the light, you floor it. Everybody has their different style of reacting to you seeing the light come on. The motor event is actual part. It's not electricity, it's a actual chemical produced in the brain that travels through the body in neurons, and it's approximately about 125 mile an hour. Everybody, a motor event. From the time your light comes on, your eye sees it, the visual event, and then the motor event is your brain saying, I saw a light, go. Now, the cortical event, is cool, okay? The cortical event, well, first of all, I want to tell you guys, if the visual event is the same for everybody, and the motor event, which is the same for everybody, and let me qualify the motor event. The motor event is, I'm going to tell you, I see people saying, yeah, women are quicker. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. And it's arguable, but once you understand exactly the components to a good reaction time, a great reaction time, an average reaction time, a bad reaction time, and who has them and why, there's a reason for everything. So it can be broken down. And after 25 or 30 years, we've been able to break this down and actually learn about why different people have different reaction times. But let me continue. The cortical event, okay? That's when the brain receives the information from the light coming on, processes that information, and then sends it. It gets the info, and then it has to decide what to do with it. Your brain says, okay, I saw the light. I'm cool. I got it. What do you want to do about it? Well, as soon as you tell the motor cortex will fire the clutch, or it will fire the button, or it will fire the throttle, whatever you tell it to do. All right, the processing of that cortical event, that's where everybody gets screwed up. You got to have a clear mind to do it. Now, people say women are quicker on reaction time, okay? Guys like me, okay, let's take Jackie and George. Jackie Bryce, been my wife, my racing partner, my business partner, probably 45 years, I don't know, 50. We've been knowing each other since we were kids. We went to the drag strip when we were teenagers, and she always had great reaction times. And I seemed like I would struggle with mine because I knew too much about it. Like, it was about the car, it was about the clutch, it was about the clutch pedal, it was about the air gap, it was about the RPM, the two-step, it was about what the motor was vibrating, or I felt like something was spark knocking or pinging. I mean, I was going through so much information in my mind that it clouded, it bogged down, or it's glazed over what was really going on, which is very, very simple. Oh, look, there's a light. What do you do about it? Well, you go over here and you tell this guy to let go of the clutch. Oh, okay, well, all of that adds up to a few, I mean, it's like a 400, 200, 300 light, okay? That's all adds up. Now Jackie doesn't, she's like, okay, what do I do? Okay, I go up there, I stage, light comes on, I go. It's that simple, y'all. So when you say women have better reaction times, well, until they get really, really good at what they're doing, and they get really, really mechanical, and they get all about the process and why, and they want to know about the clutch linkage, and they want to know about the air gap, and they want to know about the pressure you're putting on the clutch, and how much you're squeezing the clutch, how much you're holding the foot down tight versus just barely keeping it to the bar. You know, there's so many things. Like when you push the button. If you have a button on your steering wheel and you push the button down and you put the car on the two-step, and you let go of the button when the light flashes and you get a red light, you can hold the button tighter. In other words, squeeze the button tighter, push down on the button harder. So if you push down on the button really tight, see the white knuckles? See the white knuckles? I'm squeezing so hard. When you see the light and your brain says, go, look at all that blood. Now, if you hold it really light, just barely hold the button down, and now you see the light come on and your brain says go, you let go, bam. You can actually be quicker. And that is because of the muscles. I tell people all the time, if you hold your hand tight as you can. Make a fist. Everybody make a fist. Come on, make a fist. Okay? Now, squeeze the fist as tight as you can until you get some white knuckles. Come on. See it? I'm squeezing it, all right? When I say go, I want you to relax your hand as fast as you can, like letting go of a clutch. On your mark, get set, go. Wow, look at the blood. All right, now we're going to do the same thing, except for we're not going to squeeze our fist. We're going to hold our fist very lightly, just to where it makes it look like a fist. All right, when I say go, watch how fast you can move it. On your mark, get set, go. Huge difference. When we get nervous, we get excited, we squeeze the clutch so tight that you can hardly let go of it. If you're pushing the line lock button down, if you've ever had a car creep at the starting line, or the two-step didn't work, or the trans brake didn't work, sometimes when you focus on another part of the run, like looking in the light bulb even further, looking in the Christmas tree tight, or you're trying to put some kind of blocker on the windshield or in your helmet or something, and you're just thinking about all that stuff, a lot of times you'll end up pushing that button so hard, putting so much pressure on the button, you'll wonder why you missed the light. Well, you were squeezing it too tight. There's a lot going on there. So let me go back up and talk to you about these events. Let me get my note here. You're going to give me some questions here in a minute, aren't you? I know you are. Any conscious thought, y'all. Let's say you're at the starting line and you're on your Harley and you're getting ready to race the fastest guy in the world. And you're staged up and you're getting ready to go and you say, I got to cut a good light, I got to cut a good light. And you start thinking about why you got to cut a good light. And your brain is going, your mind is going, what's wrong? Why are you so nervous? Last time we came up here, you had a great light. This time, you're thinking about something else, so you don't see right here how the motor event has this inner state of activity, and the visual event has this inner state of activity. Well, over here, the cortical event, watch this. Oh, I got to run him. I don't like this lane. My engine's skipping. And, oh, there's a light. This is where the reaction time gets jacked up right here. Because if you're up there and nothing matters, and you're in practice, and you're going to stage, and when the light comes on, you're going to go, you're going to get that inner state of information. Look at that. Bang. That's the quickest reaction time. Everybody's fast here. Light, go. What do I do with the information? Tell the motor cortex to let go of the clutch. Bang. Fast, fast, fast. All that adds up to reaction time. Now, one day you miss the light. You're thinking about the wrong thing. You're thinking about something else going on. So this is why you have a bad light. Any conscious activity, any conscious thought whatsoever will interrupt this process, resulting in a squiggly line. You got to have a clear mind. You got to focus on the task at hand, and then you can make the rest. You can make the cortical event as fast and smooth as the other two, and add all those up. I see the light. What do I do about it? I tell my hand to tell my brain tells my hand to pop the clutch. It's microscopic time, y'all. It's measures. Oh, I drew my hand, and when you cut your hand off and put it into this diagram, you might have some leakage here. And I also had a rough night, and I don't have blue eyes, so I don't know who that is. It's somebody else, but they got a little bloodshot going on there. All right, let's go over here to the Christmas tree. There's some more misconceptions, you guys. Pre-stage and stage. All right. I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to erase just to get some space. I'm going to erase to get some space. Thank you on my art comment. Thank you. Boy, that yellow's hard to come off. Let me get around here. I'm left-handed. Okay. Oh, I'm on the floor in case y'all wondered why I'm grunting and groaning. All right, when we're staging, at the starting line, there's two beams. Yes, there's three at some tracks. One of them's the guard beam, which we'll talk about later. But when you roll in 5 or 6 inches from the starting line, your pre-stage light will light up. Okay? This light will light up. That light, the pre-stage, only means to you that you are close to the starting line. Period. It don't have nothing to do with anything. It doesn't have anything to do with the time. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. This is only an indicator saying, guess what, knucklehead, you're close to the starting line. So when you roll in and you break, let me tell you real quick. Cool. This is an infrared beam. It's about 100 thousandths in diameter. It's smaller than this dot. It's about the size of that little baby dot, and it's invisible. It's infrared. It has a real high frequency, and it has an emitter and a receiver. There's an emitter in the middle. There's a box in the middle of the track right at the starting line. It has the emitters, and the receivers are out on the other side of the wall. So when you break this beam, that beam is interrupted with the front wheel. These lights come on, pre-stage. When you roll in and get on the starting line and you break this beam, the stage lights come on. Now, if you go in too far, the top light goes out. And the only reason that is there is to tell you how close you are to the starting line. That's what the pre-stage is for. Now, what people don't understand is the reaction time. All right? So you got your stage lights on. Let me back this up so we can see the whole tree. There we go. When your stage light come on, and on a sportsman tree, it goes yellow, 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 green. On a pro tree, all 6 of these lights come on at one time. Okay? When all 6 of these lights come on, that's when you go. Over here, the motor event, the visual event, the cortical event, the motor event. Okay? When you go, and your vehicle or your wheel, let's see how it works. There's your wheel on the starting line, and you got the pre-stage light on, and you got the stage light on. This is looking at it from the wall. All right, when you roll forward this way, and you get here, of course, this light goes out when you go. And then this one, as soon as this beam reconnects behind the front tire, going this way, your clock will start then. The reaction time doesn't have anything to do with that, and I'll break that down in a second. I hope I'm not confusing y'all because I'm rambling bad. But the rollout is from here to here. That's how much rollout you have. That's how far you can roll forward before you turn the stage light off or start the clock. Now, this is the confusing part for the reaction time guys. The people sitting in the bleachers and the people that race, and I've seen so many guys at the Harleys drags, they don't know that they're not connected or they're not related, but I'm going to try and get this right. The reaction time starts when the green light comes on or when the yellows go out, which is the same thing. The yellow lights go off and the green lights come on. That starts the reaction time. When you roll through the beam and reconnect the stage beam, when you reconnect the stage beam behind the front tire, when this reconnects right here behind the front tire, your reaction time stops. So the reaction time stops when the ET starts. So when people say, look, he had a 400 light, he had a 600 light or a 1.2 light, and he went in the 9s, and they say, wow, just think how good your ET would be if you'd have had a good light. No. Listen to me, y'all. You can sit on a starting line for 1.5 days. You can when the green light comes on, and you're sitting still right here, staged, and the green light comes on, reaction time starts. It'll sit there and go 24 hours, whole day. It'll go another 6 hours the next day, and then when you go and you reconnect the beam behind the front tire, then your ET starts and your reaction time stops. You guys understand that? It's crazy, isn't it? Now, reaction time starts when the green light comes on, and reaction time stops when the vehicle rolls through the beam and reconnects the stage beam. That's this beam. That's this beam. That's this beam. This is pre-stage, this is stage. This is pre-stage, this is stage. This is pre-stage, this is stage. Y'all got it? All right, cool. Now, If you were to go up there and you wanted to win, you want to go first. I want to go first. So I tell people all the time when they're racing me, they say, make sure you cut a good light, don't red light, blah, blah, blah. I say, I'm going to leave first. I mean, that's just my goal when I race. I want to leave first. I mean, if I'm racing Goliath or I'm racing King Kong or I'm racing Iron Man, Terry Vance, Dave Schultz, John Myers, Eddie Krawick, Bobby Van Schmuckknuckle. I don't care. Whoever I'm racing, my plan is to leave first. Okay? Now, how do I do that? Well, I have to be sharp. I have to see the light come on. My visual event has to be crisp. My motor event, I can practice a little bit by the physiology of holding my clutch tight or not so tight. And when the lights come on and my brain says go, I'll go. Or if I'm red lighting, I'll squeeze it a little bit and go. It'll be a little harder. Go. Now, I'm going to tell you one more time. Let's do this. Let's do the reaction time one more time with your fist, okay? Let's hold the button down, just like you're in your car on the steering wheel. Let's hold the button down. Or the clutch lever. It's the same exact thing, okay? Hold the button down as tight as you can, all right? Squeeze the button, all right? When the lights come on and I say go, see how hard it is to let go. On your mark, go. That's when I let go of the button. All right, now hold the button down till it just barely engages. That's so light. 1 PSI. On your mark, go. It's way faster because you only have to flex or engage one muscle. When you're squeezing it as tight as you can, you have to release a bunch of muscles and then engage other muscles, which takes a long time. You can measure it in thousandths of seconds. So we got to be thoughtful of that. Now, on a street bike, like I see some of you guys that we're racing now are Harleys, you can't pop the clutch. Some guys have their clutch set up where you can. I don't. I have to let the clutch out until feel it dragging while I'm staged, and then when the lights flash, I go, and let the clutch out. But I have to start going first in order for me to get the best reaction time. Now, let's relate it to running a 100-yard dash or whatever it is they do in the Olympics and stuff, where they get about 8 or 10 guys lined up across the track, and they get in the starter blocks, and the guy's holding the pistol, and they say, on your mark, get set, pow. All right, the guy that leaves first, man, he may, if he jumps the gun, they're going to look at the videos, and they're going to look at the camera footage, and they're going to say, that guy, he red lighted, man, he left too soon. Well, they'll redo it, or they'll throw him out and move on. But if the guy leaves first legit, like you can break it down and watch the footage where the trigger and the gun fires and the guy peels out, that guy reacted better than everybody else. So it doesn't matter what his ET is to go the 100 yards. It only matters if he gets there first. In drag racing, heads up, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter what the ET is. It matters who gets there first. So the guy that moves first has a really, really good chance of being first. Now, if you have the fastest motorcycle or the fastest car and you leave first, you have just closed the gate on both ends. They can't beat you, man. You close the deal on both ends. If you got the fastest car or the fastest motorcycle and you move first, pretty simple. They can't beat you. Now, if you got a guy if you're slow on the light and you got the fastest vehicle, the guy you're racing, he can go, and then you can go, and then you can run him down. Sure enough, he'll have a better reaction time than you on the time slip, but you'll have a better time, ET, than he will, because he went slow to get to the finish line and you went really fast to get to the finish line, but you both started 2 different times, like go. That's a big difference in reaction time. So that's why I like to leave first, because it gives me an advantage. Also, I like to have the fastest motorcycle, which gives me a huge advantage. So over time, you'll learn. Now, back to the muscle story. There are specific skills that you can develop to where you can make your muscles, you can practice where when you get nervous, you switch over to automatic in your mind, which says, all right, I'm going to hold the clutch like this, and when the lights flash, I'm going to go like this. Or you can hold it really tight and say when the lights go, and I'm going to let go like this. It's hard to let go because you have to unflex muscles and then flex muscles, which takes more time. All right, I've broken that record talking about it. Broke it down. All right, I see a lot of people, Cody, Chaz, Tammy, David. Thank you all for watching. Anybody got any real quick questions? It looks like we're like 30 seconds behind on that stuff. back while I'm waiting on somebody to ask me a question. They say blue eyes see the light quicker than other eyes, and no, what they're really saying is blue eyes are real sensitive to the light. You know, like Jackie, she's got real blue eyes, bright blue eyes, and when she's outside, she needs sunglasses more than I do. I have eyes colored like dirt. I have dirt-colored eyes, and the light is hard on my eyes, but not near as hard as she is. Hey, there's Al. Look, I got some champions on here. David, John, Darren. Hey, man. Appreciate you guys looking. I'm going to move over here so we can see. That's cool. I learned something. Oh, man, what is that? That's a goal. When you say I learned something, that's a great goal to have. All right, Travis. Man, everybody but Richard Petty's on here. Bloodshot eyes may result in bad reaction times. Yeah, it has to do with the preparation. Think about it, you guys. Preparation is key, just like in football, baseball, and all that stuff. You remember that. They used to have it before we had our little... what's it called now? Our social distancing. What about two-finger clutch releases? I don't know how to do that. Where do the rest of the fingers go? Somebody says two-finger. So you want to hold on with these two fingers around the lever, and then you want to work the clutch like this. Man, you can measure that yourself. These two fingers right here are in stress trying to hold the clutch. And when you say go, they're like, and it's hard work to make these two muscles work versus all of these. When I say go, it's bang. There's no way you can be quicker with two fingers. Now, people get used to it. They get used to two fingers, and that feels more comfortable to them, but I can't do it. Another problem I have with two fingers is how do you disengage the clutch with two fingers in between the lever right here? How do you disengage the clutch fully when these two fingers are in the way and you're pulling the lever up against these two knuckles? That's what you're talking about, right? Like this? Or are you talking about holding on here and work these two? Whew. I would have bad lights for the rest of my life if I held on with these two and then work the clutch. Now, some people I see try to hold on with this like this and work these fingers to work the clutch, but none of that's any good compared to that. That's like your foot, man. Can you imagine driving a race car using one toe to work the clutch pedal? One toe. That wouldn't be fast. Yeah, I see Dale said left-handed people are the best. Yep, I know when I built my race bikes all through my years, I always put my clutch on my bike on my left side because I'm left-handed. That's supposed to be funny, right? All right, bloodshot eyes in the morning, especially on the zoo in Brainerd. Yeah, I don't know. Some people go to Brainerd, Minnesota to go to the zoo. Some people go to the races to party. We always went to the races to win. So even if somebody on my team went to the zoo, we got a lot of Minnesota trophies here when we went to Brainerd where the zoo is because the majority of our team focused on why we went. The zoo is a reason to go, but it is not the reason we ever went. Hey, Jeff, Cole, Brian, a dog leg handle. Yeah, a dog leg handle might work, but I'm all about, I want to disengage the clutch and I want to engage the clutch. Some of the guys have cars, and I know that the pro stock car guys work on their clutch linkage. Woo! They work on air gap, clutch linkage, all kind of stuff because they're down to, they're down to micrometers and splitting atoms to get a better light. Hey, Jerry. That's a lot of stuff. I see my time's run out. I didn't see a whole lot of question. Who dusted the Wallys? Okay, well, we've been very fortunate to have some people over the years to dust the Wallys. Some people you wouldn't believe who dust them, and sometimes you'd be pretty excited and happy about who dusts the Wallys. So they used to mean a lot to me. They still do. They're cool. I had a great 20, 30 years there, but they're just people come to visit. And when we get finished with our social distancing that we're working on right now, the separation of people by 6 feet and not too many people getting together in one place, when we get finished with that, you guys come over here and I'll show them to you. Last thing, hey, Jamie, Bruce, before we go, I want to say this too, that, if you don't have old people in your life, when I say old, I'm talking about grandparents, great-grandparents, parents, whatever. Julie Bennett, she was my daughter. She's married to my son-in-law now, with Tyler Bennett, and I still call her Julie Bryce because I don't know any better. I know better, but it's just a habit. She'll probably always be Julie Bryce to me, with no disrespect to my son-in-law, Tyler Bennett, because I love him, and I'm so thankful that Jackie picked him, or vice versa. But back to the story about the old folks. If I went and visited Julie right now in Nashville and Tyler, and she was able to hand off some germs or virus to me some kind of way, and I didn't know it on my suitcase or my clothes or my laptop or my phone or whatever, and then I was to come home and transfer them over to Jackie, and then Jackie takes care of 90-year-old parents, Nana and Grandpa, and they're very, very allergic to the coronavirus, y'all. Old folks, it jumps on them so hard. It jumps on them twice as hard as it does us. So let's be very, very respectful and selfless about it, okay? Because we got to just slow this rapid rate down a little bit, and then once we do get a handle on it, or we come up with some kind of a cure or something to retard the growth of this virus, we can all get back to normal, and everything will be great. But right now, man, all of us are working really hard to make this work. Yes, we're still working here at Star Racing Power. I'm very thankful. We keep our distance. We got jobs in the shop. We got jobs coming in UPS every day. We use the Lysol cleaners a lot. We use the wipes, disinfectant wipes, and we wash our hands a lot. And we are all respectful of each other's space and potential of spreading germs. And I would really I'm asking you guys as my friends, let's try and pull that off and work it together so that we can make this thing go away pretty quick, man. And and I love y'all. I appreciate it. You guys just make this worthwhile for me, for people to watch and read and keep up with it. And send me notes. Brake Clean kills it. Yeah, I know. So does Q16, C45, Nitro. All that stuff kills it, but we can't everybody get that right now. We're going to share the best we can on what we should share, and don't share much about what we shouldn't share. But, hey, here's the tip of the day. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Think about that. Love y'all. May God bless y'all. Bye-bye.